everybody. David Plummer.
Michael Ferguson.
We are from Aerial Influence. We agree with each other.
Yes.
So we work with enterprise drones. We work with agricultural drones. And today was a big deal. We've been meaning to have this discussion for a couple of weeks, but a bunch of stuff got in the way.
Yeah.
But we're glad you're here. And the reason is because the DJI Agras T30
has been approved.
Is starting to get approved with different companies. It's not us. So lest anybody think we're saying we got approved. We have not been approved for our T30.
We did get over 55, and we will add that kind of stuff. I think the big thing is once you get that over 55, then it's much easier to then add, obviously, drones that are over 55. But
why is it such a big deal? Why is it such a big deal that this happened, that the T30 got approved?
Well, I mean, it's another drone that is over 55, and I think it could have a total weight of just under 170 pounds. So, and we're kind of getting up there where these things are now starting to make much more sense to larger fields and enterprises. As of the 22nd of December, we have Rantizo got approved for T30. Agras spray drones got approved for T30. And then I would say we've got about a dozen petitions that are in to basically either add the T30 to their existing operation, 137, or they're trying to go and do multiple drones like the T30, T20, that kind of thing. Okay.
So everybody, make sure you send us your questions as we do this. So basically, that's kind of how we keep these things going. Send us questions, send us comments. Tell us if something looks wrong or sounds wrong. We're happy to change that as well. Yeah. But it is a really big deal that the T30 has been approved, because we've kind of been waiting for this. Like, it's great. It's great to have the drone. It's like, oh, cool. There's a T90 now, but if nobody can fly it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's why this is a big deal.
And we've we were hearing different things. I mean, you hear stuff all the time. Like, one person will say one thing, another person kind of negates that and says a different thing. It's finally approved, and I think people can kind of go ahead and feel comfortable. If they're doing everything they need to do in order to fulfill their requirements for the 137, you should be able to
move forward and feel comfortable that it's going to actually, you're not going to have this giant paperweight on your desk.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's a great thing.
And then we've also been working with our local FSDO, that's the Flight Standard District Office. So once you send your petition into the federal FAA, then and if you get that back and they've approved that, that's when you then go to your local Flight Center District Office, and you kind of finish doing things with them on a local level. Yeah, and that could be either doing the paperwork. If you do have to do a check flight, we may have to do another check flight, which is no big deal. We did that with the under 55. It's going to be pretty much the same. They're asking for different stuff, like obviously, can you fly the drone? Right. Can you do the automated mission? But can you stop the automated mission if you need to? What if there's some type of something in the air, or whatever, where you have to stop, kind of immediately, make an emergency? They'll want to do that.
And understandably so, right? I mean, understand, like, these are big drones. They want to make sure, the FAA wants to make sure that
you can control it.
We know what we're doing if something goes wrong. So
and it's all about risk mitigation. So some of the things that they've asked for, sending them an email basically requesting that we add our drone, the new drone, to the 137 certificate, and things that they need are make, model, serial number, registration number, and then there's also maintenance manual, maintenance log. So they basically want to see, have you done anything to the drone?
Have you changed it at all?
Right? Changed it. Have you done any maintenance? If so, what have you done? When have you done it? That kind of stuff.
Right. So modifications, because a lot of people do go out and buy, expensive pieces of equipment, and then they go, hey, how can I drill something to make it do this? So obviously that's what
you got to be careful with that, because obviously if it changes the flight characteristic in a way, that's not what was approved. So you need to be somewhat methodical and definitely take notes.
Yes, yeah,
Have
absolutely.
logs.
So we know that somebody's out there. I always get
Stefan.
Stefan, yes.
Stefan.
Thank you so much. You're always one of our biggest fans. We love it when you stop by. You're always the first to comment. So thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So where do we think this leads to next? I mean, obviously, how big are they going to get?
Yeah.
So right now you got the T30 carries how much again? 170.
So total weight is right around 170. If you're looking at 30 kilograms, you're looking at like 66 to 70 pounds, roughly of tank mixture or dry. What I've heard is that, and again, this is don't take my word for it, but I think a drone has been approved that's over 250 pounds. Huh. So a drone that's used for spraying, I believe, has been approved for over 250. I don't know if this is like a homemade drone or some type of modified drone, something like that. But as far as we're concerned, I don't know that there's any mass marketed drones that are at 250 yet. But that kind of gives us maybe a little ballpark,
an idea that that's the direction it could be going. Because I mean, you think about and I'm talking 20 years from now.
Yeah.
Could there be a drone the size of an actual crop duster that could cover that kind of ground?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be interesting. I mean, that's not where we're at, and I don't think that's really where the industry is trying to go.
Actually, I would say that it probably is trying to go that way.
Yeah.
But for someone to be able to operate something like that at that size, it would almost take somebody that's very embedded with aviation crop dusting on a manned level to get approved for that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if it's are we going to get drones that are 1,000 pounds, like that, or are we going to get smaller, more drones, like swarm drones?
Yeah.
So I don't know what would be, I'm trying to think of like you're going out to a location and you've got 3 drones that equal 1,000 pounds, or you've got 1 drone that is 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So
right.
what would be easier?
What's the safest?
Because that the multiple drones is really, because if you think about it, right now we're at a point that if you're doing something over 55, they want 2 people.
Right.
They want the person that's operating, the remote, pilot and command, and then they want a visual observer, and that you could probably, the visual observer has to be a visual observer, but I don't think that means that they can't do anything else. So they could be mixing tanks, that kind of stuff,
filling up the next tank that you want to replace. Yeah.
But if you already have to have 2 people for 1 drone, how are they going to do that? I mean, what's going to be the easier route? A big drone still with 2 people, like a bigger drone?
Yeah.
Or 3 drones with 2 people?
So to me, it would be, this is my own personal thing. I would want more drones, because if something goes wrong with the drone, then if you've got the big drone, I got 1 giant drone.
Right.
If something goes wrong, you have nothing to spray with.
Yeah.
You've got 3 of them. You can send back 1 and continue.
Right. Yeah. You can at least do the okay, now we have to send out this operation. Just 2 people do it, or two drones doing this field versus 3 drones doing the fields. And I kind of agree with that as well. Because you'd have to have a pretty big trailer to be able to haul a backup 1,000-pound drone.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Well, let's read a comment here real quick. Let's see. Stefan says, happy to announce. Hold on.
Hello.
I can actually pull it up, I think. Happy to announce to you that I just bought a Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced. Would like to know your opinion on that aircraft next time. We'll give you our opinion on it right now. It's a great drone. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's top of the line. You get your spotlight, your speaker, your beacon. It's got that high resolution thermal. So you definitely are not going to be disappointed with that. The only thing I'm disappointed in is you didn't buy it from us. Come on. I'm just kidding. No. But you've got a great drone, and nothing that you're going to be disappointed in. I think all of our public safety has been really, really happy with that drone. So
yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about this stuff too. Like, it is a great drone, and they've made the lens and the camera system kind of automatic. And I think they did that for a reason, because a lot of the people that are using this drone, they have another job already.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like another tool. So it's like, so that might be one of the things where you can't manipulate the photo as much, but it's still a great picture. I mean, you're getting what, 45 megapixel.
I think that's what they say, but I think that's kind of a cheat. It's more like they're combining different pictures together to give you 45 megapixels. It's not like one, like on a camera where you would get a 45 megapixel picture. It's a little different than that. So, but it's high resolution thermal. You're getting 4K. You're getting,
and for $7,000, I mean,
$7,000.
I mean, like you had talked about, was looking at one of the videos where you brought out the little XT. It was actually the FLIR thermal that was not even gimbaled. It was just something that you could actually like almost GoPro to a drone and then have to do like HDMI, the little the FLIR camera.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, that thing was $9,000.
Yeah,
just for the camera, and that's not even a power supply with it too.
And we're totally getting off topic from what we're here to talk about, but it's like you just said, and like I've been saying, you can get 4 Mavic 2 Enterprise Advances for around the cost of a Matrice 300, depending on the different things. But if you're a small to medium sized police department and you would like more than one drone, man, it's hard to beat the price on the Mavic. So. All right, let's see here. Stefan gives the thumbs up. Ronald, when he's talking about, Ronald here is talking about the T30 news, and he's saying this is amazing news. So he's thanking us. But thank you for watching. Kenosha would like to know, next podcast, can we have a Mavic Mini flying and hovering behind us? It might be a little difficult to hear for you guys to hear, because you're just going to be hearing the buzzing of the rotors the whole time. So we probably won't.
Maybe Kenosha. Maybe we'll do maybe a tello.
Oh, you have to be tiny. You have to be tiny.
Be a little bit quieter.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So we also got the holidays. We got the holidays here. What are your plans, Michael?
Just trying to not
Stay
get
away from
Omicron. Things kind of been running rampant. I'm kind of sick of it. I'm kind of tired of all this crap. I think
everybody is tired of it, and it's been.
We got clients that need product, and it's
hard to get it.
But anyways, we do wish everybody happy holidays, and we
hope everybody's healthy. Hope everybody's healthy. One of the things we always tell people is that drones are kind of the perfect social distancing tool, because you can get a lot done without ever having to talk to anybody. And
you can fly your stocking up to a loved one. I mean, it'd be
put the star on the tree. You don't even have to.
Actually, I did want to try to do the light thing. I wanted to try to fly out a string of lights, with the drone.
Oh yeah.
And basically have it and just kind of do a point of interest around the tree and see if it'll do it.
That'd be cool. It'd
probably take out the drone.
It'd probably take out the drone. Yeah, but it's worth maybe trying. With your own drones.
With your own drone.
So let's see. So that's all the comments we have now. So this is going to be sort of one of our shortest ones. We usually go about 30 minutes because there's a lot of comments.
Yeah.
We sort of just threw this one together quickly, but we knew that this would be.
This is one
for the people that are interested in this. This is a huge deal.
It is
that the T30 is getting approved because
people have been calling, saying like, I like the T20, and they've been thinking about the T20 for a long time. Now the T30's up, and before it's like I don't want to tell somebody, buy the T30, until it's kind of at least on the docket, being. Starting to be approved, then that's good. So it's gone through, and
it's
great. It means that someone else can do it.
So it is great that something like the T10 has been approved already. Something like the T16, the T10 especially. That's one that I think a lot of people will be surprised by just how much ground it really does cover. And how powerful that drone actually is. But it's great to see the T30 coming as well, because and the big wish I think from a lot of people, and this will be the next FAA thing, will be, can we connect the 3 drones together with one remote? And that's going to take a whole different level of FAA approvals. And
I believe swarms have been done. They've been definitely done on like the entertainment level. And I believe the swarms have also been done. on the spraying level as well, but very few and far between. Because, I mean, if you just think of wanting to do something, the idea that you already have to have 2 people anyways for over 55 pounds, which, I mean, it's probably, you're probably going to be in a work environment where you are having, you know, somebody else, you know, with you.
Yeah.
But, you know, how many people are you going to have to have a visual observer for every single drone?
Right.
Because then all of a sudden,
then you're
now
defeating the
you've
purpose.
got four people for 3 drones.
Right.
You know, you've got the operator and then a visual observer for A, B, and C.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. So it's got to be, and I mean, it doesn't make sense as it makes sense on like a safety thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't quite make sense on like, okay,
because all the money you're saving
operational-
by using a
Right.
drone, you're now spending on having additional people that have to be there to
Right.
watch. So yeah, no, that completely makes sense.
And if you can figure out how those people can specifically do their visual observing job, and then in addition to, while they're not, while it's not flying, you know, being dedicated to another task,
Yeah.
then maybe it could work. But all those things kind of have to be well thought out.
Right.
So,
Angus one says, I'm interested in drones for agricultural spraying. What are the steps for licensing approval? So that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of information that you'll need. Now, what I would suggest is on the bottom of your screen, you're seeing a website scroll by. It's aerialinfluence.com/agriculture. That will take you to our website, and then you'll actually be able to enter your email address and then download our agricultural journey map, which is going to going to give you the answers of exactly what you're asking. You want to know the different steps. It's a complicated process. This is not something that, you know, you one night decide to go on and apply.
Yeah.
You know, for this, like, there are lawyers involved. There are thick levels of paper
Yeah.
that need to be done.
It's confusing for anybody, and I say that completely honestly because, you know, in my email here from our local FAA, it says we still need to figure out if we need to do another skills demonstration for the new drone. We will let you know. Huh. So you know what I mean? I mean,
yeah, you're not even sure if you're going to have to.
This is coming from the FAA, and these guys really are great. I mean,
Yeah.
they take the time and they try to do it right,
Yeah.
but there's so much stuff that's coming through
Yeah.
that it's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep up.
No,
Yeah.
for sure.
So don't feel bad if you're confused, because pretty much everybody is.
Everybody's confused, but I think you specifically are one of the lesser confused people
Right.
in the country. Because
But there's
stuff.
still all I'm saying is that there's still learning to do every year, you know,
Yeah.
for this stuff, because things get updated or changed or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah,
See,
that'll be a good start for you, though.
We got another one here. Am I able to do seeding or wildflowers from a T30 without a Part 137? No, right?
Well, so this is where it's different. So seeding, I think you could do without a 137, but you're asking about a T30. So a T30, you have to get basically an exemption to fly over 55 pounds. So you're still going to be, regardless if you fly a drone over 55 pounds, you're going to have to get some type of exemption or waiver for that. So it's not just as easy as like, okay, I'll buy a T30 and start spreading with that, because technically, you know, you have to get that for over 55 pounds. So whether you need a 137, the seeding, it sounds like they're not necessarily, the seeds have pesticide or anything like that in it, then it seems like it would be okay. Now, if you were to say, am I able to do seeding or wildflowers from a T10 without a Part 137, I would say you possibly could, because you're under 55 pounds and you're just doing seeds. And you know, we also talked to someone else, you can do live insects as well.
Right.
That's that.
Parabug, right?
Parabug does that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, that kind of stuff can be done without a 137. You know, just clean water. I don't think you need a 137 for that.
Right.
But again, you need to also check, because every state is different, because, you know, you've got the EPA guidelines, and then so some states are like, okay, we accept those EPA guidelines. This is how we're going to do it too. Or some states are, they take the EPA guidelines and then they, run with it and they have more restrictions. So one, check with Department of Agriculture in your area, because if you're going to have a 137 or get a 137, you're going to need an applicator's license to spray restricted use pesticides. So check with that. You can read up on the 137. You could type in 137-1B, and I think it'll give you all of basically the PDF from the FAA that goes over all the guidelines. But yeah, and then you can start with the journey map as well.
Yeah, and the journey map is something that just gives you a brief overview of what exactly you got to do, and then you can really jump into it after that. So,
yeah, and then we have stuff at the at the bottom where there's links and everything. So
yeah,
and that goes straight to the FAA. It's not just us, trying to put it in our own words.
Right,
right. It's their words.
And we use a lawyer and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, all right. So, guys, thank you so much. So, it's, it's almost Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah. The best gift you could give to us is by liking our channel or wherever you're watching it, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. Follow us, like us, even if you don't like us, just hit the like button. Right. But yeah, I think that's it.
Kids could always use a spraying drone for Christmas.
They could.
I know when I got my first one under the tree,
it was It changed your life.
It was Red Ryder BB gun. No way.
Nobody wanted that. All right, thank you guys so much. Happy holidays, and we will see you probably early 2022.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.